So Marnie, how soon after the operation did you get back on your feet?
Within a week. So I had a week off of work, but I was back to work the following week.
And with any discomfort, was there any restrictions on what you're doing?
No, not at all. By the time I went back to work the following week, I was fine.
And what is work? Is it sit at a desk or you?
It's sitting at a desk, but I'm also quite mobile. I'm out on the road a lot dealing with our clients.
Yep.
So I am getting in and out of cars, sitting up and down.
Okay.
But I also found that I was able to start walking quite briskly.
After a week?
After a week.
But you were an overnight stay in the hospital?
Overnight. I got out the next morning. Then I had the rest of the week off, so my operation was on a Monday. I was released from hospital on a Tuesday morning. So I had the rest of the week off, but by that weekend I was up and about.
And how did you feel during that week? Was it very painful?
Look, I could still move around. There was a little bit of discomfort, but I could certainly still move around. I think the hardest was sleeping flat on your back. I found if I put a big cushion behind my back and elevated myself a little bit, it was a little bit more comfortable to sleep than flat on my back.
Yeah.
But there wasn't that much discomfort, no. It was just my stomach being a little bit sore because it'd been prodded and played with.
Yeah. And it's been 2.5 months since you've had the operation.
That's right.
And how much weight have you lost today?
Approximately 15 kilos.
And is that in line with your expectation?
It's actually a little bit more, I have to say. But I've obviously thrown in regular exercise. So I've been exercising regularly as well, doing a combination of different things from running, walking up hills, weights, cycling. So I did find that at first it was a little bit faster than I thought, but now I'm sort of spread out to about 1 kilo a week, I think.
Has this exercise come only since your procedure, or were you did you enjoy exercise prior to getting to the
I've always enjoyed exercise, but I found when I actually had put on quite a bit of weight and was at my biggest, which was prior to this operation, I found that I lost my motivation because I didn't feel comfortable within myself, didn't feel comfortable going to a gym, or didn't feel comfortable, running on the street with people driving past me.
Yeah.
So, I found that it did have an effect on my exercise, but by losing, even in the first week after the operation, I was on fluids. You're only allowed fluids. So even just losing 6 kilos in the first week because you're not eating, I think that just automatically gave me a major boost.
Yeah.
So as I then got better and started to, lose around 1 kilo a week, that's when I started exercising again because I was feeling good about myself.
And have you noticed any other improvements in your health? Sleep apnea?
Absolutely. Well, I think obviously with the exercise I'm tired, but I'm certainly sleeping, I think, a lot better at night time, and I'm feeling a lot happier within myself, so that obviously comes through at work, socially with your friends, just feeling a lot happier and confident.
And you've come in today to have a consultation about the band adjustment as to whether you want to have some fluid removed. How have you managed your diet since you've had the procedure done?
Basically, I make sure that I always eat breakfast. I never used to eat breakfast. So now I really think about what I'm going to eat and plan out my meals. I do have a lot of foods, I think, that are easy to grab if you're on the run. But I also watch the portions, so everything I buy, it's all in the little sizes. Sometimes you think I probably have a 5-year-old kid that lives with me, but it's actually all food for me. So I have, the little juice boxes, like vegetable juice and little yogurts and tuna tempters and all that sort of stuff. So I think it's just about being organised.
You talk about your morning breakfast. What does that consist of?
Well, sometimes I might just have 1 poached egg. Other times I might have like 1.5 Weet-Bix with skim milk.
Enough?
Yeah, definitely. That keeps you going for quite a long time. Or sometimes I might just feel like a yogurt and just have a little tub of yogurt.
In between meals, are you snacking as well?
Generally, no. If I do, it's not probably because I'm feeling hungry. I think I'm just trying to keep my metabolism working, and so every now and then I might have, again, like a little yogurt, or I might have a vegetable juice or something like that.
Yeah.
But generally, no.
Is there any foods that you're struggling with?
Capsicum and things like celery, because it's quite hard and stringy, I've found a little bit hard to digest, even though, you know, with chewing is the main focus. I still think that sometimes little bits can get in the back of your throat and they're not digested properly. So I found that sometimes they have disagreed, or my buddies disagreed with them, but for most of it I haven't had an issue with anything. I think it's just mainly focusing on eating slowly and small bite sizes.
And you've come in today complaining of a little pain in the top
That's
of the chest
right.
here. What do you put that down to?
I think that's probably over the last 2 weeks since I've had my last adjustment, which is my second adjustment. I feel that if I'm sitting down at the kitchen table eating, I'm concentrating. Sometimes if I'm with friends or if I'm eating in the office, I might be working at the same time and I'm not focusing on my bite sizes or chewing enough. So I think sometimes I might be eating a little bit too quickly.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happened over the last 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
today with Dr. Clapham, I've decided not to have any more fluid or any taken out. I'm going to leave it, but I'm just going to go away and really focus on my bite sizes and chewing and eating a lot slowly than what I already am.
Yeah. Is there anything other than sports, any interest that you're doing, anything socially that you wouldn't normally do?
Cooking, I have to admit, cooking was never a big focus for me. I'd rather do the dishes than cook. But now I've found I've got a new appreciation for food, and I'm really thinking about the types of food that I want to eat, that I love eating, healthy foods. So I'm finding that I'm doing a lot more cooking, and I've got a bit of a new passion for cooking.
Right. How would you explain the band adjustment? Does it hurt?
Not at all. I think there's a little bit of discomfort because you've got a needle that's obviously going in, but it's no different than, I think, giving blood or getting a flu shot or something. It's over and done with in less than 30 seconds. So that's not an issue at all.
Right. And are you pleased with the overall decision to have the band?
Absolutely. Before I had the band, I had my own opinions about this procedure. I thought it was just a band-aid effect and an easy way out. When I looked into it and actually spoke with someone that had already had it done, they explained the whole process. So doing the shake diet 2 weeks before, then going on to fluids, then puree, then soft food. So it's not just a simple situation where you have the band and then you check out a hospital and you go back to normal life. You really do have to focus, and as I said, there's quite about a month in there where you're not eating proper foods, you're still doing fluids and purees. So it is a lot of high maintenance, but I think eventually once your stomach settles down and you've got the right adjustment, then you get back to normality. So.
And meeting with dietitians and psychologists before, was that useful?
Absolutely. I found, and still meeting with a nutritionist now, but instead of once a fortnight, it's probably more like once a month. Then eventually it might be once every 6 months. I think that has given me the support that I've needed. So you do have questions. Having your weigh-ins gives you that motivation, so you know that you're on track. And when you know that you're still losing weight, that's a good feeling. You know that you're doing everything correct.
Great. Well,